All right, folks, I think we've about got the sound set up and about time to get started. So we're the Crooked Road Ramblers. We're glad to be here today. I don't know, we played here every year since we've been a band just about, so that goes back a pretty long ways. And we're going to play y'all some old-time dance music and some songs. If you got any requests, you just let us know. If we know them, we'll be glad to give it a try. Right now, we're going to start off with one called Old Cotton Eye Joe. Thank y'all. Can you hear everything okay out there? Pretty balanced? Okay, good deal, good deal. All right, we're going to get John to sing you one now. This is one of our favorites. It's one called Let Me Fall. You can flat foot to this one too.
Kelly, your banjo's perfect. Sing closer to the mic.
Oh, me.
Oh, wow.
All right, wait. We'll slow it down for you just a little bit. Kelly's going to sing you one here. We might do one called the "Cry Cry Darling" for you here, old country number.
When do we find out?
We'll find out about midway through whether we're doing it.
We're going to do right now.
Cry Cry Darling. Yes.
If it is you that I should lose, cry, cry, darling. That's what I do if you would leave me with the blues. For me there'd be no life if you're the one that's in my heart. Would cry and never dry if we should part. Cry, cry, darling. When shadows creep, well, I'll just weep all night, I know. You know how much I'd miss you if what I do, 'cause you're the one that's in my heart. That's what I do, 'cause you're the one that's in my heart.
All right, thank y'all. Thank you. I'm going to take a quick minute to introduce the band. Some of you might not already know us. Starting over here on the right on the guitar and vocals, he's been in the old-time music business for about 60 years, Mr. John Perry. Back here on the big bass fiddle from West Jefferson, North Carolina, Susan Tronowski. Right here on the clawhammer old-time banjo and the vocals, also from over in Ashe County, Crumpler area, Kelly Briding. Over here on the far end on the guitar, he's from Independence, Virginia. He can play anything with strings, Mr. Kyle Dean Smith. My name is Kilby Spencer. We are the Crooked Road Ramblers. We're glad to be here today. Thank y'all. If you'd like to take some music home with you, we do have some CDs available right here to the left of the stage. You come see us when we get done here in a little bit. And if you'd like to keep up with where we're at, visit crookedroadramblers.com. We've got quite a few things coming up in the near future. And you also follow us on Facebook. We're going to give you another dance tune now. This is one called John Brown's Dream. And after this, I think we'd like to call Miss Carla up, and Carla is going to tell a couple stories about Albert Hash. So, all right, a little bit of John Brown Dream. this Albert Hash Festival, we definitely want to celebrate Albert, and I don't know of any better way to do that. We're going to have Miss Carla come up and tell a couple stories, and I'm sure she'll tell you a little bit about her connection to Albert and all that good stuff.
Thank you, Kilby. So Kilby and I are cousins. Kilby and Martha and my mom Joyce are all first cousins. So I'm Albert and Ethel's granddaughter, and my sister Rachel's here somewhere. She's being dragged around by a dog about the size of the Shetland pony. So if you see her, you know, wave hello. And we're here also. My long-suffering husband is in the back there, and with our friends Carolyn and Lenny and Chuck. And last year we were honored as the Kudzu Ramblers. Chuck and Lenny are part of the Kudzu Ramblers, and I play with them too. And we were so honored to be part of the Albert Hash Festival because, you know, it means a lot to, oh, thank you. Thank you. It just means so much to be part of this because, you know, Granddaddy was, he loved the music so much. And, you know, there's so many connections. When I mentioned that Kilby had asked if I could tell a few stories, Tim said, you can't tell just a few stories. You'll be up there all day if you start telling stories. And that's true, because, you know, there's no shortage. So I'll tell you about an interesting connection. And, you know, this music has its roots here, but it's worldwide. So the Kudzu Ramblers were founded by this Swedish fellow named Jan Johansson, and he came to the States because he wanted to learn about old-time music and bluegrass music. And so not long after I had met Jan, I'm standing in his kitchen. He had invited some of his friends from Sweden over, and he said in his very Jan way, so Carla Ruth, my friend Bert here, has traveled to Southwest Virginia, and I know that you have family from there. And so I asked Bert, I said, so where did you go in Southwest Virginia? And he said, a little place called White Top. And I said, really? I said, why did you go to White Top? He said, I went to see a man about building a fiddle for me. His name was Albert Hash. So here I am in this Swedish guy's kitchen in Cary, North Carolina, and they just sent chills down my spine that here was this connection. And so then, about 20 years later, my daughter Emily, who we named after our Emily Spencer, I don't know where she is, but she was studying in Italy, struck up a conversation with another student, and this student was from Kentucky, and he said, have you ever heard of a band called the White Top Mountain Band? So really, literally around the world, you just find all of these wonderful connections with Granddaddy. And I think that's part of the legacy. And with this jam program that Lucas and Martha and Kilby and Emily are involved in, you know, that is such a wonderful part of this legacy. And I think Granddaddy would be so happy, not just that students or these young people are playing music. I think he would just be thrilled that they take so much pride in this area's culture. I think that would please him as much as anything. And you know, it's been 42 years since Granddaddy died, but when I run into people who knew him, there's something that I've noticed when they talk about him, their voice gets soft. And they remember not just the music, they remember his generosity and his kindness. And I think that's as much of a legacy as the music. And, you know, it's all rooted right here in Southwest Virginia, folks. So, you know, shout out to Lucas and Martha and Kilby and Emily for continuing to teach young people this music and for continuing this legacy. So let's give them a hand. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Carla. And I don't know if she mentioned that she does also have a band called the Kudzu Ramblers, and I believe they played here last year, so they do a great job, and we appreciate Carla getting up and talking a little bit about family and the traditions and all that. So, all right, we're going to give you another fiddle tune here now. This is a one called Sally Gooden. Sally Gooden. thank you, thank you. Well, I know we had a request for Kelly to do Stagger Lee about a bad man, so we're gonna do that one for you. You can flat foot it too.
Bad.
He's real bad.
Bad.
My life, I got 3 loving children and a darling loving wife. Talking about a bad man that me on Stagger Lee. Don't care about your children or your doggone loving wife. Now you done stole my money and I'm about to take your life. Talking about a bad man that me on Stagger Lee. Well, Stagger Lee shot Bill Light, he shot that poor boy bad. That bullet went through Billy's heart, put a hole in the looking glass. Talking about a bad man that me on Stagger Lee. Could have been on a rainy morning, could have been on a rainy night. Oh, Stagger Lee and Bill Light, they had a great big fight. Talking about a bad man that me on Stagger Lee. Talking about a bad man that me on Stagger Lee.
All right, thank y'all. Thank you. There's a little bit of Stagger Lee. Well, I reckon we better slow it down for you. We'll do you just a little bit of the Maiden's Prayer here. 8. Here we go. Thank y'all. Thank you. Well, we're going to switch keys here on the banjo real quick and fire back in another fiddle tune for you. I believe the next place we'll be playing is Friday, September 12th. We'll be over at the Floyd Country Store. If you've never been over there on a Friday night over in Floyd, Virginia, I highly recommend it. A lot of fun, good old-time music, good atmosphere, lots of flat-foot dancing, good food. So we'll be there, I believe, Friday, September 12th. All right, we're going to give you one now called Sally Ann. About 15. Thank you. That was a little bit old Sally Ann. Like I said, if you got any requests, you just let us know. We'll be glad to try them if we halfway know them. If you'd like to take some music home with you, I'll mention one more time to come see us. We've probably got another 10 minutes or so. We got some CDs for sale right here at the side of the stage. They're $10 a piece, 2 for $20. And we got one from last year for some of the stuff we've been doing on it today. So if you like fiddle tunes and old country music, you come see us and we'll take a little bit of it home with you. All right. Well, I think we're going to try another old number you can two-step to. This is one called Before I Met You.
Night.
D. I'll do a full break.
I thought I'd seen pretty boys in my time. That was before I met you. I never saw one that I wanted for mine. That was before I met you. I thought I was swinging the world by the tail. Thought I would never be blue. I thought I'd been kissed and I thought I'd been loved. That was before I met you. Thought I would ramble and always be free. That was before I met you. Never saw one that could ever hold me. That was before I met you. Thought I was swinging the world by the tail. Thought I would never be blue. Thought I'd been kissed and I thought I'd been loved. That was before I met you. They say a woman must reap what she's sown. Darn, I hope that's not true. But once I had dreams of living alone. That was before I met you. Thought I was swinging the world by the tail. Thought I would never be blue. Thought I'd been kissed and I thought I'd been loved. That was before I met you. Thought I'd been kissed and I thought I'd been loved. That was before I met you.
All right, thank you. That was one called Before I Met You. Well, we're going to give you one of our favorite old fiddle tunes here now. This is one called Step Back Cindy. All right, thank you, thank you. Well, I think we got time for about one more number, then we'll let them get everything all set up for Larry's. Okay, we got time for two more numbers. Sorry, apologize for that. Two more numbers, and then Larry Sigmund will be up next. So we'll try to make these next two good ones if we can. Let's turn to X. All right, we're going to tune up. We're going to make some slight changes here, and we'll get John to sing another one. It is one he can two-step to. He does a fine job on it. It's called Little Maggie. Everybody ready? Yeah. Thank you. A little bit of Little Maggie. All right, thank y'all so much. Well, we're going to tune back up. We're going to give you one more number here, and I believe Larry Sigmund's up next. You don't want to miss that. I believe we're going to do a bit of one called the Susan Anna Gal for you here. Like I said, if you're interested in CDs, come right over here to the left. We'll be right there. $10 a pop. If you want to take some music home with you. And we sure have enjoyed being here today. Thank you all for coming out, and hope you enjoyed what we did. Yeah. Thank y'all.